Hello friends, we are going to learn frequency distribution. See, it is important to understand at a base point because I have seen many of the students in 11th and 12th standard does this. They are having an idea of a formula if normal variables are given, if frequency distribution table is given, without having any idea what is frequency distribution. Is it alright? So frequency distribution logically should be understood. Understand it is a presentation of data. If you find out X bar or average bar in frequency distribution or in normal data, the answer always remains same, even if the formula is different. Is it alright? One is sigma x upon n, one is sigma fi xi upon sigma fi. Is it alright? But still the answer is same. Now, why frequency distribution and how frequency distribution came into picture? Is it alright? I have taken one data. Marks of statistics in first test of foundation of Lakshya students. The total marks is 50. Is it alright? And these are marks of 12 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3 are 12. So this is marks of 12 students. Now if I want to analyze this data, I will have to do everything for 12 times. Is it alright? Say I want to find out, say average, I'll have to total out 12. Ultimately, I want to condense, I want to shorten up this data. Can I do it? The answer is yes. I can easily shorten this data by creating a frequency distribution. Is it alright? I am actually creating frequency distribution of this data. Is it alright? And understand all the analysis which you are doing of this data or frequency distribution will be always same. It is just an alternative presentation of data. Is it alright? So, say first let me, I'll explain you while creating frequency distribution, I'll explain you various words connected to it. Is it alright? First is range. Is it alright? Very easy. Highest variable minus lowest variable. Is it alright? So let me find out which is an highest variable in the data. Is 50. Here is also 50. Is it alright? But highest variable is 50. Is it alright? Lowest variable in the data is 31. Is it alright? Let me make it 30. Is 30, 50 and 30. 50 minus 30, 20 is the range. Range of the data. What does this mean? Between highest and lowest number, there is a gap of 20 things. There is a gap of 20 things. Is it alright? Now, for frequency distribution, second point which I'll have to decide is class length. Is it alright? Now, what is class length is this? Is it alright? How many groups I will be making or how much a size of groups I will be making. Is it alright? Say I decide, say I need to start from 30. Is it? I am deciding I will be making two groups, 30 to 40 and 40 to 50. Is it alright? Then my class length is 30 to 40, 10, 40 to 50, 10. So my class length is 10. If I decide to make four groups, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 50. My class length will be 5. Is it alright? Right now, I am taking class length of 10. I am taking class length of 10. Now, it can be taken as 5 also, but right now I am taking of 10 to make it very small question. Is it alright? So, class length is a size of class. Is it alright? Now, try to understand, I am making two parts. One is a class interval, another is number of students. Is it alright? So what will be my class interval? Understand. Is it alright? First, I am finding out how many number of class intervals will be there. What is the range? 20. What is the class length? 10. So there will be two classes. So practically I'll have to write down two times, two groups. Is it all? Which will be two groups? Very obvious. I should start with 30. What is my class length? 10. So 30 to 39. Is it all right? And this is 10, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. If you include both, it is 10. Is it all right? So my class length is 10. Is it all right? 39, 40 to 49. Then there will be a problem. Because 50 is also there. 40. So let me take this. $31 only. So it is 50 minus 31 will be 19. Class length is 10. This is 19 divided by 10 will be 1.9. 1.9 you will have to take next digit, two classes. So number of class interval, these are class interval, first class interval, second class interval. Is it all right? I'm starting with 31. 31 to 40, this is 10, 41 to 50. That's all right. So these are class intervals. Range 19, highest to lowest. Class length is 10. Number of class interval is 1.9, that is 2, 1, 2. And these are class intervals. Number of class intervals 1 and 2. I'll have to find out number of students between 31 to 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is 5. 41 to 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is 7. Total number of students is 12. And this table of distribution of number of students is nothing but a frequency distribution. So now understand, if someone finds out x bar of this data and x bar of this data, believe me, answer will be absolutely same. There will be no difference. And this is just a shorter version of this data, and this is termed as a frequency distribution. We have learned a range, class length, number of classes, class intervals. We will be learning some other variables also. Is it all right? Class limit. This is fourth one. Is it all right? So lowest number and highest number in the class is known as class limit. Is it all right? So this will be 31 and 40. In this, lower class limit will be 31. Here, upper class limit will be 40. So lowest number and highest number. Here, lower class limit will be 41. Upper class limit will be 50. So lowest and highest number of each class is known as class limit. Class length, size, range of data, number of classes, class limit, and we are going to class boundaries. So, fifth, class boundaries. Is it all right? Let me find out class boundaries of this. Is it all right? It is average of this plus previous number divided by 2. So 31 plus 30 divided by 2 will be lower class boundary. It is not limit. Will be 30.5. Upper class boundary 40 plus 41 divided by 2. 40.5. So this class lower class boundary, say before this, and pehla શું આવે 30. So what is between 30 and 31 is 30.5. So it will be lower class boundary. This is upper side. What is the next figure? 41. 40 plus 41 divided by 2, which is in between figure 40.5. So 40.5 will be upper class boundaries. Is it all right? Lower class boundary of this class 40.5. This and this in between. Upper class boundary will be 50.5 of this class. So there is a difference between class limit and class boundary. The answer is yes. You can see there is a difference. Is it all right? Sir, but if the data was this 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Do you understand what is the difference? Here there is 40, here there is 41. Here there is 30, here there is 30. Is it all? Let me find out class limit of this data. 20 is lower class limit, 30 is upper class limit, 30 is lower class limit, 40 is over class limit of this, upper class limit of this class. What is the class boundaries? It is 20 lower class boundary, 30 lower upper class boundary, 30 lower class boundary, 40 upper class boundary. So in this case, if the data is presented in this manner, class limit and class boundary is same. Is it all? So they are inclusive. Here also 30 is coming, here also 30 is coming. Avoid their class limit and class boundary will absolutely be same. However, their class limit is different, lower figure, higher figure. Class boundary is different, this and this. So in this data, class limit and class boundary will be same. This type of data, where it is overlapping. 30 and 30 is it all? We are going to midpoint. Sixth, midpoint. Now it can be found out by two manners. Lower class limit plus upper class limit divided by 2. So 31 plus 40 divided by 2. 31 plus 40 divided by 2. It is 35.5 of this class. It is a 31 plus 40 divided by 2. Lower class limit plus upper class limit divided by 2. Or it can be found out even by this. 30.5 plus 40.5 divided by 2. It is 35.5. Is it correct? 35.5. It is 30.5 plus 40.5 divided by 2. It is lower class boundary plus upper class boundary divided by 2. Ultimately, it is the exact point in between. What is the between point between this? It is 31 plus 40 divided by 2. 41 plus 50 divided by 2. Exactly middle point. So this point is known as midpoint. Is it all right? Of this particular class. Is it all right? Then comes the size of class interval. That is nothing but class length. What is the class length in our case is 10. Is it all right? It is upper class boundary minus lower class boundary. Can I find out? 40.5 minus 30.5. Is it all right? Let me also do it. It is one and the same. Class length and size of class interval. What is size of class interval? Upper class boundary minus lower class boundary. 40.5 minus 30.5 is equal to 10. That we have already decided. So class length and size of class interval is one and the same. Sorry. Now, we will be going to cumulative frequency. we will be going to cumulative frequency. Is it all right? All right, before going to cumulative frequency, let us revise all this particular point. This was a data of the marks of the students in first test of foundation subject statistics. We converted it into a tabular form. First thing which we found out was range. Highest value minus lowest value is nothing but range. Class length. What will be size of this particular class? That is nothing but class length, or size of class interval is nothing but upper class boundary minus lower class boundary. Number of class interval. How many times I'll have to write down this? 1, 2. That is found out by this method. Number of class intervals. Class limit. Lowest number is lower class limit. Highest number is upper class limit of that particular class. Class boundaries. What was the before figure? If before figure is 31, previous figure is 31, then it will remain 31. But if the previous figure is 30, previous figure will be 30. Is it all right? So it is between figure 30 and 31 will be 30.5. Lower class boundary, upper class boundary. Upper class boundary also 40 and 41, which is a mid figure of 40 and 41 is 40.5. So it will be 40.5. So these are class boundaries. If the data is like 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, class limit and class boundary will remain same. Midpoint, exactly middle value of this class length, 40 plus 31 divided by 2. Size of class interval, we have already understood, it is nothing but class length. Sorry. So before going frequency, cumulative frequency, I am rubbing this all point. See, logically also you should understand all these things rather than just mugging up the formulas and how it is found out. Let us understand two types of cumulative frequency. Say first, less than, greater than. If someone asks me, how many students are having less than 31 marks? I will say no one. 0. Less than 40 marks. Or let me take 41 marks because this is exactly 41. This is less than 41. So this will not be included, 41. Less than 41 marks. 5 students, because there are only people who are having between 30 to 40. Otherwise, they are having 41 to 50 and they will not come under this category. So 5. Less than 51 marks. All of them will come. They are having between 30 to 40. They are having between 40 to 50, all are having less than 50. Total marks are 50. Is it all right? So all the people will be included, will be added. So what is added? 5 plus 7. This is known as less than cumulative distribution, where less than 31 marks 0 people, less than 41 marks 5 people, and less than 51 marks 100% or 12 students are there. Greater than 31 marks, all 12 students. Greater than 41 marks, only 7. Greater than 51 marks, no student. Greater than cumulative, accumulated, total out frequency. Is it all right? Here there is no range. Is it all right? Here there is a limit, less than 31 marks. Is it all right? This are both are cumulative frequency distribution table. This is frequency distribution table. This is cumulative, accumulated frequency distribution table. Less than cumulative frequency, greater than cumulative frequency. Is it all right? We are learning density of class interval. Now, these are the things which sometimes might be asked in your MCQs, so you should be learning it. density, frequency density of class interval. Frequency density of class interval. Now this is one class 30 to 40. Is it correct? What is class length? We have found out 10. What is the frequency of number of students in this particular class? 5. So 5 divided by 10 is 0.5 and 0.5 is nothing but 50%. Is it alright? So this is nothing but frequency density of class interval. How many number of students are there as compared to this particular class length? So class length is 10, number of students are only 5, so it is only 50%. Is it all? Here it will be 7 divided by 10 will be 0.70, which is nothing but 70%. This is how frequency density of class interval is found out. Next is percentage frequency of class interval. Percentage frequency of class interval. Is it alright? How it is done? The numerator is same. Denominator is total number of students. Total number of students is 12. Now this is more logical. 5 divided by 12 multiplied by 100 is 41.6%. Multiplied by 100 I have done. So 41.6% of total number of students are having between this marks. This will be 7 divided by 12. 7 divided by 12 multiplied by 100 is 58.4 students. 58.4%. Now understand, this is more logical. Approximately 59% of students are between 40 and 49 or 40 and 50. Approximately 41% of students are between 30 and 40. So I can decide that more percentage of students are between 40 and 50 and comparatively less number of students are there between. This is frequency density of class interval. This is percentage frequency of class interval. Sometimes asked in MCQ, you should understand this properly, how to find out. Sorry. In next lecture, we are going to learn graphical presentation of a frequency distribution, how to do it. Thank you, friends.